Welcome back. Over the weekend, President-elect Trump announcing new positions on his transition team and his staffing in the Oval Office. We've got Reince Priebus. He's clinching the chief of staff spot. Got Breitbart Steve Bannon assigned to a senior strategist post, as we explained before, a controversial choice being criticized, along with Donald Trump's children being appointed to the Executive Transition Committee. And we've got possibly Rudy Giuliani or John Bolton as Secretary of State. And look who else we have in the House. Founder and co-managing partner of Skybridge Capital is Anthony Scaramucci. You're on the transition team.
Yeah, it's a big
How do you
honor.
feel?
Well, listen, it's a big honor. Anytime the President-elect of the United States asks you to do something on behalf of the country, how can you not be blown away by that?
Are you going to be in the cabinet?
I don't think so. No, that's not. My goal, as I've said to everybody, is I want to help him pick the best possible team that have the interests of the United States and the people of the United States at the forefront, and not their own personal agendas.
Would you serve in the Trump administration?
Hey, listen, Lizzie, it's the same thing with this transition team. If you're asked by the President-elect of the United States to do something for him, and you love the country as much as I do and as much as you do, it would be very hard to say no. But for me, for right now, my principal job is to really try to build a silo-busting, team-oriented team that's taking a common-sense approach to leadership and problem-solving, and that's what I want to do.
Leadership
Be a part of
and
it.
problem-solving. So so he got a phone call from Vladimir Putin this morning, right? So it's a different tone, a different tenor and tempo, right, that you're saying, right?
Yeah, I think people will look at this 2 years from now and say, my God, this is a problem-solving, common-sense-oriented presidential administration. And I can tell you, because I spoke to Mr. Trump yesterday, he wants A++ players on his team. And so we're making a very big outreach to everybody and anybody that we think can be a positive, disruptive force for government that can help the American people. And not only drain the swamp, as people are saying, but just get the swamp to work better. I think that's another big part of it.
And as an outsider looking in, from your perch, what did you see in terms of how Obama's administration handled foreign relations?
Well, listen, I think that the president took a position, whether you like the position or not, that the United States and its outreach and its aggression in the world as a leader was probably not the best interest of the world, and it's caused too many conflicts around the world. And that's obviously a mistake. I don't believe that. And I think going back to 1946 to the beginning of his administration, the bipartisan commitment for America to be a strong force for positivism in the international community was there. And so he's taken a different point of view. He says that we're causing problems. I think we're problem solving. And I think the world community in their outreach to President-elect Trump has signified that. They want a strong America. They want America
and not an America that's alienating in how it speaks to other countries, right?
Exactly right. And let me just say this. I think this is absolutely critical for people to understand about what I see going on right now, just as we're forming the cabinet and thinking about the world. Mr. Trump is going to be a force for good in the world. And he loves the people of the United States, and he's also a common-sense-oriented guy. He wants the rest of the world and the United States to fit each other like we used to.
Peace through strength?
Peace through strength, but also peace through kindness and peace through common sense.
SEC Chair Mary Jo White announced she's intending to leave at the end of the Obama administration. She was a real tough cop considered a tough cop on Wall Street, even before she came to the SEC as a prosecutor. Are you surprised by her stepping down?
I am and I'm not. I think it's probably an honor. She's a very honorable person. Anybody that knows her in the financial community has an enormous amount of respect for her. She's a tough cop, to use your expression, but she's a fair person as well. She doesn't go after people willy-nilly, and so I have an enormous amount of respect for her. I think she'll be big shoes to fill in that role because of her personality and who she is, but I don't blame her for doing that. That's sort of a gracious thing to do to allow a new administration to pick the senior roles in places like that.
Anthony, you're always great. Will you come back?
I'll come back as much as you want, Lizzie. I mean,
miss you already.
I already miss Fox. I miss you guys.
Okay, you're on the transition team for Donald Trump.